Hi, Tracy here with BibleJournalingMinistries.com, and today we're talking about craft mats. There are two reasons why you want to use a craft mat. One of them is to protect your work surface, and the other one is to protect your Bible. So I'm going to go through some of the craft mats that I use when I'm doing Bible journaling. The first one I'm going to show you today is the Teresa Collins silicone mat. So this one's really cute. It rolls up pretty easy. It's a little bit heavy and it says make pretty stuff on it. Super cute. Okay? It really is a nice big surface for me to work on whenever I'm using paints and doing Bible journaling. The downside to this is it really is just a surface protector. As it is so thick, it's really not very functional when it comes to putting it in between the pages to protect your pages from, paint or heat or anything, because it's just really thick and it's squishy, and if you're going to write anywhere on it, it's going to give quite a bit, so it's not really a stable surface for you to write on. But it's definitely a great work surface, and I love it, and I use it quite often. The other mats that I wanted to show you are really for protecting your Bible. Now, the Ranger Craft Mat can be used for both protecting your Bible and protecting your work surface, and it's big enough where it will protect your work surface. So let me give you the dimensions on this craft mat. And what's great about the craft mat is it also resists water, it resists liquid, it takes heat very well. It's my go-to favorite mat whenever I need to use heat. So this one is 18 inches and by about 15 inches. And what I love also about the Ranger Craft Mat, it is so thin that it's super portable. You can fold it up or you can roll it up really tight. And you can pretty much take it with you anywhere. It's amazing. I love the craft mat. It is probably my favorite. But the downside of the craft mat, while it will protect your Bible from any liquids that are running down the side of it, it gets in there really good in the mark because it's so thin. You can really just shove it in there and basically protect a lot more of your Bible, especially if you have like any waters or inks or acrylic paint or any paints running off the edge. So it's really great about that. And then as you're using any kind of gesso or heating up anything, maybe you're doing some embossing, it will take the heat really well and protect your Bible from that. So I highly recommend the craft mat. I will definitely link up to all of these things in the notes below. Now, the other options you have, the downside of the craft mat is it doesn't really provide a stable surface. So if you're doing any kind of writing here, it's really just flexible and it has a lot of give. So that's the downside. If you are looking for stability, which is what a lot of people need whenever they're writing in their Bibles, you're going to use what is called a Bible mat. A Bible mat is more of a stable surface. It doesn't, if you shove it in there, it gets in there really good, but you can see it doesn't have as much give, and if you do too much shoving of this piece of plastic into your Bible, you may eventually get a rip along the edge depending on how rough you are. So just be careful. The Bible mat is great because you can use it to write on. It's really a stable surface, and it will protect any kind of paint from running off onto the side of your Bible. It's great. You can use it as a paint palette. You can put paint here and basically use the paint from here as you're painting on your Bible. So it's really great for protection. It's great for stability, and it's also great for if you don't want to have indents whenever you're drawing. So if you're drawing with a pen or a pencil and you're really heavy with it, you can indent your next page. So this is used to protect that. It's really a great tool. If you don't have a Bible mat and you have a dollar store real quick nearby, we have a video on how to make the same kind of Bible mat for like $1. So it's not the same, but it will do, and it's nice. So it's the same functionality. Just look for the video on how to make your own Bible mat. Okay? The other thing I wanted to show you is an alternative to the craft mat. Now, the craft mat is not cheap, but it works really well, and I highly recommend it. I would even buy more than one. But because then you could cut it and have it with you everywhere. If you cut it, you would have a nice size like this, okay? This is not the Ranger Bible mat. This is a cheap knockoff version from eBay. Now, it's okay. It will handle heat very, very well. So I use it quite a bit to, if I just don't have this near me, or if I'm using this to protect my surface, I'll throw one of these cheaper Ranger mats in, not Ranger mats, but cheaper craft mat while I'm maybe using the heat tool on this, and it works really well to protect my Bible from heat. The problem with this craft mat is that there is no there's no slick surface on it. So literally the paint goes right through all of these holes. There's like a ton of holes here. So if I'm using any paint on it, let's say I was trying to protect this page, and maybe I was painting on this page, and I was trying to protect this page, and I try to put this here to protect this page, and I splatter paint over here, it's going to likely seep through. Whereas if you had a craft mat, which has this really nice slick protective surface on it, and you stuck it here, you're not going to get anything on this page, because it really does a good job of protecting. So I wanted to let you know, if you are buying the cheaper mats, they're great for heat, but I would not use these at all if I was trying to protect my page from ink or watercolor. Alright, so these are just the different tools that you can use to protect your work surface as well as to protect your Bible. My favorite one again is the Ranger Craft Mat, because it's so versatile. You can use it as a work surface protector, and you can also use it inside your Bible, which is nice. For stability purposes, you're going to want to get either a Bible mat from Illustrated Faith, I'll link up to that, or you're going to want to try to make one your own. Alright guys, I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, please comment below. Let us know what your questions are. We definitely will answer those. Thanks guys, have a great day. Bye-bye.